It's time for StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. Let's focus in on the starter in this Game 1 matchup for the Houston Astros. He's probably going to win the Cy Young in the American League this year, sub-2 ERA. I'm talking about Justin Verlander. Innings 1 through 3, he was dominant. 9 up, 9 down. Innings 4 through 5, things changed. Only 1 strikeout, pair of walks, a lot of hard-hit balls. Pedro, what did you notice and the adjustment that the Phillies made to knock Verlander around and come back when they were down by 5 runs?
You know, if it was to happen to just one batter in the lineup, I would probably say it's pure coincidence that this guy took a good at-bat against Verlander. But when you see it consistently, the entire lineup, spoiling fastballs, fastball after fastball, and we're going to watch it here, up, down, in and out, it didn't matter. Fastball. 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 See, not even Harper, who's a great fastball hitter, could get to that. Fastball, spoiled. Fastball, spoiled. Breaking ball, whack. See that? That's what I'm talking about. And watch this now. Those are not bad pitches. I'm not saying those are bad pitches at all from Verlander. What happened was that the Philadelphia Phillies, as a team, I think had a real good plan of attacking breaking balls and kind of spoiling fastball when they see fastballs. Because I don't know if you know, you react better to the fastball than you do to the breaking ball, unless you're looking for it. Even when you don't have enough power, if you know fastball can come around, you react a little quicker. And those guys were able to take all of these fastballs, a spoiled fastball, swing and miss a fastball, pop-up fastballs, but they were all of them on top of the breaking ball.
I just liken it to when you're facing a guy that throws hard like a Nolan Ryan, Clemens when he threw the curveball, you're looking at Blyleven, Sutton, you're looking fastball, and you can adjust to the hook because the fastball's so overpowering, you know, and that's what I think they did tonight. You got to look for that fastball, but that hook is like a gift from a guy that throws that hard. And as Pedro's tape was showing, he was dominating with the fastball. He got away from it. You have to be able to mix that in.
Yeah, it's almost like they were up there just to spoil the fastball, like you said.
Yes.
And try to get a hard knock off of one of his. And the stats back up what you're saying. He threw 31 curveball/sliders. Only 1 swing and miss of those 31, and was the last one he threw to Castellanos. You made a very good point, Pedro, in the highlight. He had well over 70 pitches. It looks like the Phillies are coming back trying to tie the game, and there's no one up in the bullpen. Was Verlander in this game too long with his poor track record in postseason play? He has struggled. Well, Dusty Baker was asked that specific question, and this is what he said following Game 1.
No, I mean, we were in the same boat that they were in. You know, you could say, you know, how come they didn't take Noel out earlier? You know, like you know, it's hard to take Justin out because, you know, he can struggle for a while, but he usually, you know, gets it back together. And, you know, you don't want to just go through your whole bullpen, you know, that early in the game. And so, like I said, there were 2 outs, you know, and, you know, had there been no outs, it might have been a different story. But with 2 outs, you need 1 more out to get out of that inning.
I hate disagreeing with a terrific manager like Dusty Baker, but you were not in the same position as the Philadelphia Phillies. You were winning Game 1 of the World Series by 5 runs. The Phillies were not. So it was not the same situation. And once you see Verlander starting to fall down the same slippery slope that he's always fallen down in World Series play, he has struggled. If this is part of his MO, then why aren't you ahead of the game, man?
Because you got a guy who's going to win the Cy Young. And as he said, he usually gets out of it, right? So as he starts to go down this slippery slope, you're expecting him to come back. It can be argued anyway. To me, it's a difference in philosophies. Dusty's sitting there with a loaded rotation of one of the best rotations in baseball. And I think he's trying to get through Game 1 knowing that there's a long series ahead. That's how I looked at it differently. Now, you can look at the other side of it and say, it's a World Series, you want to win Game 1 and take him out. We all saw that Verlander did not get that done. But I still think this is on Verlander. It isn't on Dusty. He just didn't deliver. He gave him his opportunity with a 5-run lead.
They have the 27th ranked bullpen in baseball. Wait a minute. What is that? The Astros have the best bullpen in baseball? They chose not to use the best bullpen in baseball?
Well, the
You're
seniority.
saying go get him in that whatever. I'll let Pedro.
This full screen is a bit alarming. I have to team records when given a 5 runs or more lead. Verlander and Pedro are in the same category. I mean, only one time your team lost.
You're thinking that okay? So you look at this and you think Dusty doesn't know that number? He's lost 2 games with a 5-run lead.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
everyone's
So
been
come get
talking
it.
about his
Harold.
record in the postseason play.
Harold,
Go ahead, Pedro.
I had the seniority. I was that guy. I was Justin Verlander once. But I would just say, I must admit, I don't agree with Dusty leaving Verlander in for the simple reason that this is the postseason. This is World Series. Dusty himself hasn't won a World Series yet. He has yet to prove to everybody that he's capable of winning a World Series. I would say if it's 1-2 games that you start in the postseason in the World Series and you happen to kind of fold a little bit, you can take a chance on the second game to give you that lead and take that game to the 5th inning and end up winning it. But when you have 7 games in the World Series and the results are the same, and even when we give you 5 runs to lead the game, it's not only on Justin to say, Dusty, I'm okay if you pull me out because I'm not performing. For a guy like Justin Verlander to give up 3 before 5 innings, you have to understand that something is off. He's not really as effective as he normally is. So you have to kind of take it upon yourself to say the win today is more important than my record, than my own numbers, than my own legacy. You take it for the team and you give it to your bullpen and you give it to Dusty. You make things easy for Dusty. And today we wouldn't be asking Dusty or asking anybody else what went on. Dusty is as responsible as Justin is. Both of them are responsible. But if I am that guy that they need to pull out, I will agree in the 3rd inning to come out because it's the World Series and all I want is my team to win.